Hi everybody, my name's Debbie Lawrence. I'm a holistic therapist and I've built a really successful brand bringing essential oils in alongside my therapies. And I've got to the stage now where I want to share what I've learned with you. So you're watching this because you're in the holistic world. Maybe you're a beauty therapist, maybe you're a yoga teacher, and you've been thinking about toying with the idea of bringing essential oils into what you do. So I'm going to share with you today some of the ways that I've managed to do that successfully. So I'm just going to share my screen and bring up my presentation. Okay. So as I was saying, I'm a holistic therapist. I've been working in this field now for about 17 years. I'm a wife and a mum to two girls who are now in their 20s. And I've listed there the therapies that I practice just so you can get an idea of what background I've got. So as I've actually managed to bring all essential oils into all of those treatments, but I've also helped other therapists in different modalities. So I've helped hypnotherapists, I've helped counselors, I'm trying to think, health coaches, all the different people. There's so many of us now. We're all kind of from a holistic background and we've come together to just to add something more into the business. So for me, I'm really on a mission now just to connect with other therapists and help them to connect to their unique gifts as healers, which in turn can empower your clients with some natural solutions for their health needs. So my aims for this little class here is to leave you confident in your knowledge of using essential oils, both on yourself and with your clients. I am going to teach you what to look for when you choose an essential oil supplier, because this is really important. I'm going to show you how you can start using essential oils in your business and also how you can get a 25% discount on your oils. So my vision is to help get essential oils into every home by 2030. It is so needed right now. Now, looking at the modern healthcare, so doctors, they diagnose, they name a set of symptoms and they come up with a plan for treatment, which always includes medications. And there's a time and a place for modern medicine, and I'm extremely grateful for it. I've had two cesareans now, and without modern medicine, they wouldn't have been as successful as they were. So I'm grateful for it. There's definitely a place for it. But I believe really passionately that I would like essential oils to be one of those treatment plans that we're offered. We know as therapists, our body was designed to heal itself, and it will do if given the right tools. And I believe it's worth exploring nature's solutions before taking the synthetic approach, because nature's solutions don't come with a big long list of other effects or side effects like we get with medications. So why essential oils? Now, they've been used for centuries to support the body in the healing process. This is nothing new. Ayurvedic medicine, we don't know exactly how old it is, but we know that it's at least 4,000 years old. So this is just going back to what we always knew. They are 100% natural, so they work with the body to promote the healing without the effects, the unwanted effects that we can see from medication. Now, there are a huge spectrum of uses, so they help on an emotional level by uplifting the mood, right the way through to the physical problems that we suffer with. Now, they are very powerful. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than the herbs, which means we don't need a lot. 1 or 2 drops per application is all we need, which makes them really affordable because we're only using 1 or 2 drops, and the bottles that you can see on the screen there, they've got 250 drops in, so they last us a very long time. But you do need to make sure that you've got an honest brand, because then you have got 100% pure magic. So what is an essential oil? Probably the most important thing I can tell you about an essential oil is that it is working for the plant. It's the immune system of the plant. So it protects the plant from viruses, bacteria, fungus. Think about all the things a plant goes through in its lifetime. Well, its form of defense is in the essential oil. Now, because we're carbon-based like a plant, our body recognizes it and knows what to do with it. So when we've got a pure essential oil, we've got a very powerful form of plant-based medicine. Now, we get the essential oils from all different parts of the plant. So from the seeds, the bark, the stem, the roots, the flowers. And we get them through either a process called steam distillation or cold pressed extraction, depending on where it is in the plant that we're getting the oil. And what we're left with is an extremely powerful, safe little bottle of magic that helps without side effects. Now, what I've learned on my journey is that not all essential oils are made equally, unfortunately. Most of the oils that are available for us to buy have been produced for the aroma. Now, regulations around essential oils are quite loose, and as long as there's between 2 and 12% essential oil in a bottle, a company can fill it up with whatever else they want, and they don't have to show it on the label. So on the label, we're reading, oh, pure essential oil, it must be pure essential oil. But now you know that actually there could be as little as 2% essential oil in there. And they might smell very nice, but if you're going for the health benefits, what I'm talking about today, then you need every single drop in that bottle to be 100% pure. You don't want any fillers, pesticides, chemicals getting through. It has to be of a high enough grade. Now, I've aligned with a company called doTERRA for my business. And one of the things I liked about them is that they are the most tested essential oil you can buy. Every single batch goes off for a battery of tests. Some of these are outsourced independent tests, and only if it comes back 100% pure and of a high enough grade so that the qualities of the chemical in that oil is just right, can we buy it. They're also very transparent with their findings, and on the bottom of the bottle there's a batch number, and you can go to a website called source2you.com and you can look up your batch number and you can see the test results for your batch. So you can see exactly what's in it, what quantities are in it, and where it came from. Now, they also very high on ethically and sustainably sourcing these essential oils as well, which I think is really important because it does affect the energy of the oil. So when I looked at getting an essential oil to bring into my business, I wanted the best essential oil I could get. And when I started using the doTERRA ones, I found that the potency of the oils were like nothing I've used to date. If you've been sent a couple of samples for this workshop, have a smell of them now, and I'm sure you'll agree. I remember the first time I smelt the doTERRA lavender, I realized I'd never smelt a pure lavender before. It was just in a league of its own. When I started working with them with my clients noticed the difference. And I knew that because I was doing a massage on someone and I used a blend called Deep Blue, which we're going to talk about today. So all I had was a couple of drops of Deep Blue with my normal carrier oil. And I started massaging him, and he was a regular client. And he said, "What are you doing that's different?" And I thought that was really interesting because all I'd done was change the essential oil. These oils work. I have got people coming in all the time telling me about how they're helping them therapeutically. It's just a joy to work with. I also like doTERRA's mission. They wanted to change healthcare. And the way they want to do that is by creating an essential oil that's pure, safe to use, that works every time. So I know I'm always going to get the same quality essential oil. I also like the fact they had a similar mindset in that they want essential oils to be one of the options that were made available to us. And they've actually opened clinics in America, but there's more coming to Europe, called Prime Meridian Health Clinics. And this is an integrated approach to health, which combines allopathic and holistic care. So when you go in, you're given choices on your own health care. So doTERRA's got a standard of purity called CPTG, and that stands for Certified Pure Tested Grade. Now, this is an in-house certification because, like we were saying, the regulations are so loose. So doTERRA made their own standards, and that's what this is, CPTG. So that means that's all the testings that I was just telling you about. So you know you've got a pure oil that's natural, no artificial ingredients, no artificial fragrances or fillers. So it's safe because you're not getting those pesticides and other chemical residues into the bloodstream, and they're extremely potent. And one of the reasons I think they're so potent is because they're grown indigenously. So in the part of the world where this plant naturally thrives, that's where we get our essential oil from. So if you think about it being the immune system of the plant, we want a strong, healthy plant because that shows it's got a strong, healthy immune system. They also look at biodynamic harvesting. So that's harvesting on the right month, the right day, right down to the right time of day for the best results. So they're not just continually harvesting these oils. They're also grown longer as well, so they get to the right therapeutic grade. There's over 140 oils that we can get, and the oils are sourced from over 45 countries. And more than half of those are actually considered developing countries. Where the conditions are a little bit harsh, these oils have had to really create a strong immune defense to survive. Because they're working with these communities, it's given doTERRA an opportunity to help on another level too. And they do that through what they call co-impact sourcing. So this is making a difference to the lives of the farmers, harvesters, and distillers. And they do it by creating long-term, mutually beneficial partnerships. So they're creating jobs, providing income. They're getting these communities to work together. And they're getting them to do that because they're providing on-time payment at fair prices. This is something they just weren't used to. The middleman was getting all the money from this, and that's where the adulterations were taking place. So the growers and harvesters are encouraged to form cooperative groups so that they share the benefits collectively. And we've also got a Healing Hands Foundation as well, which supports projects in communities all over the world. And this is putting in things like schools, health clinics, improving the infrastructure, and putting in clean water systems. So you're really part of a company that cares. So back to essential oils. Essential oils can be very, very safe when we use them with a bit of common sense. And they do not give us the same effects, side effects like we see with medications. But we do have to have that common sense. And the first thing I would say is keep the oils out of your eyes, your ears, and your nose. Now, you wouldn't pour an essential oil in your eye, but it's very easy to accidentally get essential oil in your eye, especially in a minute. I'm going to show you a technique, putting the oil on your hands and breathing it in. Then you've got oil on your hands. If you rub your eyes, you're going to get essential oil in your eye. So a little tip, if you do get an essential oil in your eye by mistake, the first thing to do is just let it water, and the eye will naturally get rid of the essential oil. But if it feels a little bit more than just mild irritation, so maybe you've got oregano in your eye, which would be a bit like getting chili in your eye, then the way to get it out is to get a vegetable oil. So if you're at home and all you've got is your olive oil that you cook with, that's a vegetable oil. Or it might be a carrier oil, one of the ones you use for your massages. Pour some of that into a bowl, get a tissue and dab at the eye with the vegetable oil. And the vegetable oil will draw the essential oil out. If you get water and try and wash it out, because water and oil don't mix, the water is just going to drive that essential oil in further, and it's going to extend the problem. So if you remember nothing else, remember that from this workshop. If you get it in your eye by mistake, just get a vegetable oil and you'll soon have wiped it away. For an ear infection, you don't need to pour the oil down in the ears. Lavender and tea tree would be my choice for an ear infection, but I would just mix it with a carrier oil and I'd roll it around the ear little and often throughout the day, and then it gets to where it needs to. And also you wouldn't pour it up your nose, but we do breathe it in through the nose, and that's okay. Skin sensitivity is probably the one thing that is the primary issue with essential oils. And with doTERRA, because they're so pure, the rate of somebody complaining about a skin sensitivity issue is something, and this is worldwide, 0.04%. So it's tiny, but it's there. So you need to be aware of it. When we talk about topical use, you'll see me talking about mixing it with a carrier oil. And that's because if you use an oil neat over a long period of time, you can develop a sensitivity to it. But if you put an essential oil on your skin and it starts to get hot and itchy, then you're sensitive to it, or your client is. The thing to do is not panic. Get your vegetable oil. So maybe you're working with olive oil or almond oil or fractionated coconut oil, whatever it is, get your vegetable oil. Just pour some on over the area of skin that's reacted. Wipe it off with a clean towel and give it 10 minutes and that reaction will go down. And if you're using your oil in a treatment and that happens, then you do that with your vegetable oil, and then just don't use any more essential oil for the rest of the treatment. Let the body get back into balance, and then we can slowly introduce the essential oil again. So it's really important when you do your consultation at the beginning and you're using the oils topically on someone, you just find out if they've got any known allergies or sensitivities. Children, pregnant and elderly, that's the other areas where we start to think, oh, can I use essential oils? You can, that's the good news. When you've got a pure essential oil, they're perfectly safe. We would just adjust the amount of drops that we would use. So what I'm going to do, rather than tell you everything I know about oils right now, you'll get further training on this, and that will be included in the further training. With doTERRA, it's made really simple. Follow all the label directions, and you can see the directions like they're printed out on the screen there. So you can't really go wrong. Now, if you're a therapist and you're talking about essential oils online, let's say, there are rules around what we can and can't say about essential oils. And that's because essential oils have not been registered as a medicine. So we can't claim to treat any medical conditions. We can't use the medical words because we're not using a medicine. But if you think about what a medical term for something is, it's just a word that describes a set of symptoms. So we can talk about symptoms because that we're working on the symptoms, but we can't use disease names. So for example, if I knew an oil was very good for children with ADHD, I would say this oil is amazing at calming a child that finds it hard to focus or settle or is easily distracted. So you're describing what you know of the symptoms rather than the disease name that it's been given. Another example would be asthma. We've got an amazing blend called Air that is for the respiratory system. And I've got a lot of clients that have asthma that use it and tell me that they don't use their inhalers as much anymore. But I would never say online, or I would never say to somebody that this can help with asthma. But what I would say is this blend of oils really opens up the respiratory system. And they know, the people you're talking to then know, oh, well, that will help me then with my asthma. So there's ways around it. You'd never make any claims of a cure on your website, the same as we can't for our therapies that we practice. It's within the same guidelines, and we never make the claim of curing, but words we can use are maintain, help, support, benefit, soothe, disinfect, protect, strengthen. So you get the idea. So I'm not going to cure your headache with this peppermint, but I can soothe the head tension that you're feeling. Now, don't worry, more training is given on all of this as well. I'm just introducing the concepts to you today. So there's 3 ways you can use essential oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. And we're going to talk about those some more now. So aromatic use, that's when we're breathing in the essential oil. This is the fastest way to support mood and behavior. So we look at the diagram on the right. When you breathe in an essential oil, some of it gets taken straight into the brain, into the limbic system. Within seconds, the brain has had a chemical change and is flooding the body with the hormones that you need. Now, all of that happens within seconds of breathing in an essential oil. The rest of it is getting taken down into the lungs. So if there's any respiratory support needed, then that's another good way to use it. From the brain and the lungs, it gets into your bloodstream, and it works its way through your body, through your liver, your kidneys, and out. So aromatic use, one way to do it would be to put a drop on your hands, rub your hands together and breathe it in. Another way you can use aromatic application with your clients is to diffuse it in your treatment room. And this helps just to keep the air cleansed, and it positively affects the mood of everybody that comes in. You can bespoke your treatment by letting your client choose the oil they're drawn to and show them how to put a drop in the diffuser for their treatment. I can sometimes quite like to do that. I might have a few oils there that I think would support them. And I ask them to smell. Which one do you like the smell of the most? Because their body knows what it needs, and you're bringing them into their treatment as well. So when I was thinking about which oils I use a lot aromatically with my treatments, I use a blend called On Guard, which has got wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. There's so many studies showing the effectiveness of this blend of oils. But think of it as your protective blend. So it's protecting the body from any nasties that might be in the air. I use it daily for immune support. So you can use it internally and topically, but we're talking about diffusing today. Another oil that would be nice to diffuse in the room would be wild orange. Wild orange is really uplifting, but it's also very calming, and it can help to release anxious thoughts and fear. Or lavender. So lavender is known for helping with any skin conditions, so any itchy skin conditions. Physically, lavender would help. But emotionally, it's also very relaxing, helps you to let go of peace, anger, fear again. It can also help if your client suffers with sleep disturbances, then lavender would be a really good one to help them. But just having these in the treatment room diffusing can really set the atmosphere for the treatment they've come for. Now, if you're a Reiki practitioner or a massage practitioner, or even if you're a counsellor, a nice way is actually to let the client pick the oil and use it at the start of their treatment, just by putting a drop on their hands, get them to rub their hands together and breathe it in. And what you'll find happening is, because they calm, the central nervous system gets calm and they're more receptive, ready for the treatment they're about to have. I do a treatment called Hopi ear candling. Some of you might have heard of it, and it's really good for clearing these sinuses. What I started doing when I brought the oils into my business was, I would say to someone, we've done the consultation, just before we do the Hopi ear candling, I get them to put a drop of peppermint on their hands, rub their hands together and breathe it in. Now, when you've got blocked sinuses and you breathe in peppermint, you'll feel pressure in the area of the sinuses that are blocked. So you can tell exactly where it is. But the more you breathe it in, so this is happening over seconds as well. It's not like 5 minutes later. It's literally a few breaths. You start to feel that pressure go away as the blockage is broken down. So with my Hopi ear candling clients, I was finding that I was clearing the sinus problem before they even got onto the couch. But they'd have the treatment anyway, which is lovely and relaxing. And then I could give them some peppermint to take home so that they could help themselves if it happened again. So it's a really lovely sort of combination of using the oils during the treatment and giving them some to take home after. So I want to talk to you quickly about aromatic anchoring, because this is a really good way to use the oils on yourself, but also with your clients. So aromatic anchoring, this is all about getting control over your thoughts and feelings, and you can anchor them to an essential oil. So then every time you breathe in this essential oil, after you've done the aromatic anchoring, you're taken immediately back to the way you want to feel. So I will have sent you some peppermint and some wild orange. What I want you to do now is just to get your wild orange. So if you get your wild orange, now I'm just going to get mine. You've been sent it in a little vial, and if you take the lid off and turn it upside down, nothing should come out. If you then tap the bottom of the bottle, half a drop will come out onto your hand. So just give it 2 taps and get a drop of wild orange on your hand. I'm just going to do it with you. And then just rub your hands together. I would think of this as getting those molecules jumping around, activating the oils. Now just take a moment and think about, how do you want to feel? So right now, listening to this webinar, do you want to feel calm, connected, confident, courageous, empowered, happy, loving, peaceful, present? You get the idea. How would you like to feel right now? And then close your eyes and think back to a time when you felt that way. When was the last time you felt that way? Just imagine the state of mind that you were in at that time. Consider the body language and the words that you used. Just try to recreate the memory as best you can. Get a picture of it in your mind. Feel it, sense it, be there again for a moment. Now bring your hands up to your face, and while you're thinking of how this feels, breathe your oil in through your nose, taking 3 deep breaths. And as you're inhaling, you're just recalling that memory again of how you want to feel. Now release the hands from your face and just slowly release the thoughts at the same time. So open your eyes, shaking your hands, just allowing your mind to wander. Now I want you to close your eyes and I want you to repeat this again. So now close your eyes and going back to that moment when you felt the way you want to feel, recreating it again in your mind, how it felt, what you were saying, what you looked like. And then bring your hands up to your face and take 3 deep breaths while you're still remembering how it feels, what it looks like. And then bringing the hands away from your face, opening your eyes, shaking your hands. And you can do this just a couple of times, but notice how you're feeling now. Are you feeling more of the way that you wanted to feel? And as you breathe that oil in, does it immediately take you back there? Because it's just 4 simple steps to anchor in your oils. You choose your mood, you choose your oil, you create your very best memory and breathe. And now every time you breathe your wild orange, your mind will take you back to feeling the way you do now. Amazing. So your wild orange, I put that in because it's a lovely oil for helping on an emotional level. It helps you to calm those anxious thoughts or feeling a bit nervous. So if you've got a presentation coming up or something like that, something a bit out of your comfort zone, wild orange, amazing oil just to use to bring you that sense of calm, release your fears. It does have sedative qualities, so it can help if you're the sort of person that doesn't sleep very well because you've got a very overactive mind. Then wild orange is a really good one to use in the evening. It's great for digestive support. It can calm menopausal symptoms. You can just have it diffusing in the room, or you can take it internally. So you could put a drop of your wild orange in a glass of water and have it throughout the day. And when you're using oils in water like this, then always use a glass or metal container because essential oils can draw the toxins out of plastic. And you can use it topically with a carrier oil, just massage it in. You can also use this oil in your cleaning. And this is a whole new subject that I can open up to you, a whole new webinar. But something like Castile soap, which is a natural plant-based soap, in a glass spray bottle, top it up with water, add your wild orange, and you've made a perfectly, amazingly smelling cleaner for your home. The other oil you were sent was peppermint. So I want you to get your peppermint now. I want you to put a drop on top of your wild orange. So I'm just going to get mine. I should have been organised for this. Okay, so you've got your drop of peppermint. You've tapped the bottom of the bottle and you've got half a drop out. 1 tap's probably enough for this. Don't worry if you've done 2, but it's very strong. Now rub it together again. Let's get those molecules going. And now taking your finger, just put it onto your hand, get a drop on your finger, put it on the roof of your mouth or on your tongue and take a deep breath in. And you've got that instant breath fresh. It's amazing. And you can do this just to freshen up your breath throughout the day. Peppermint's very invigorating. So if you're having an afternoon slump, just putting it on your hands like we've done, breathe it in. You start to feel much more alert, much more awake. Remember I told you about it, clearing the sinuses. Now peppermint's also got pain relieving qualities. So you can use it for head tension, just rolling it across your head and into your temples. Always come up the back of your neck as well with this because it opens up the capillaries on your head and it shifts it a lot quicker. A lot of headaches, as the massage therapists amongst us will know, a lot of headaches are caused by tight muscles in the neck. So let's get the oil there where we need it. So peppermint is a really lovely oil. It helps to calm motion sickness. You can use it if you've got temperature fluctuations. Maybe you're a bit hormonally out of balance. Peppermint cools the body really, really fast. So you might be feeling a bit of a tingling now, actually, where the body's starting to cool down. You could even use it to ease a fever during a cold, just running it down the spine. Normally when we talk about topical use, I'll be getting you to mix it with a carrier oil, but the odd drop like this isn't going to cause you any harm. Peppermint's part of our antihistamine trio of lemon, lavender and peppermint. So that's a really good combination for people that suffer with seasonal disorders. We've put it in the mouth, so we know how amazingly fresh the breath now smells. And if you want to research these oils, do go to pubmed.gov, put the name of the essential oil in. It's best to put the actual Latin name as well, as you can see on the bottle there. And then you'll see all of the research that's been done on these oils. So topical use, that's our second way. This is where we're topically applying the oil to the body. Now, when you use topical application, you always have a rule that you always mix it with a carrier oil, because you can develop a sensitivity to these oils over time if you're using them neat. Now, in your treatment settings, you would never put an oil on the body neat. You're going to be mixing it with your carrier oil, and you're used to doing that. But when you're teaching your clients, then this needs to be pointed out to them. And actually, by mixing it with a carrier oil, although we use the word dilute, we're not diluting the effect, we're actually enhancing the effect, because the carrier oil has larger molecules than the essential oil. So the carrier oil holds the essential oil in place, so the effects last a lot longer. And it very slowly goes down through the skin, into the muscle, into the bloodstream, and then it's going to follow the same path as we talked about with aromatic use, through your liver and your kidneys. So one way you could use the oils topically in your treatments is to use them on the bottom of the person's feet before or at the start of a treatment. The feet have really large pores, so it draws the essential oil in really quickly. And what I find, if I start a treatment with an oil on the bottom of the feet, it gets the body into that calm state of frame of mind so that healing can occur. So you're not having to wait 10 minutes for the person to relax into the treatment. This gets it there fast. And a blend that I like to use for this is a blend called Balance. So Balance has been put together for its grounding, calming abilities. It's got spruce, hoewood, frankincense, blue chamomile, and blue tansy in there. And it's a really lovely oil. As soon as you put it on your feet, you start to feel grounded, connected, and calm. So this is about emotional grounding, but it's also about focus and concentration. So maybe your treatment, you really need the person to relax, but focus on what you're doing. And this would be a good way of getting them into that state, frame of mind, ready for healing to occur. So it's very calming for overactive children. It can help with stress and anxious thoughts. I love it in meditation. I feel like it connects very strongly to the root chakra. It's great for inflammation. So if you're a person, if you are massaging somebody, this would be a good one to use. And it just brings that feeling of being centered and balanced. So I use this blend during meditation to calm. Well, this was Thomas wrote in. I asked some people to let us know what they like the oils. And he was telling me he uses it in meditation to calm and focus, aligning the head and heart so he can go deep into his meditation practice. So if you're a hypnotherapist, this would be an amazing blend to use at the start of your hypnotherapy session. But also I would use this in counseling. I use it in Reiki. I use it in massage. So many ways you can bring it in. Now, we spoke about carrier oils, and you guys, if you're massage therapists, you know exactly what a carrier oil is, but it's any vegetable-based oil that carries the essential oil onto the skin. I've said already, it increases the absorption, so the effects last longer. It helps you to glide over the skin when you're giving a massage, and they have their own health-giving properties too. You've got different types of carrier oils. You've got sweet almond, which is a good all-purpose oil, but you would need to check to make sure they haven't got any nut allergies. You've got grapeseed. Some grapeseed oils that we can buy do have trace amounts of a chemical solvent, so just make sure that yours is of good enough quality. You don't want to be ruining the effects of the oils by putting something on with chemicals in it. Jojoba and apricot kernel, they're very light oils, so they're nice for the facial application. But my favourite actually is the coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil. So fractionated means the proteins that make it go hard when it cools down have been taken out. So it's always a liquid and it doesn't have that coconutty smell. It's really absorbent and light. So it's nice to use in our rollerballs. So we're not left with a greasy arm for the rest of the day because it absorbs quickly. So your massage therapists out there, the osteopaths, chiropractors, physios, all those hands-on type treatments, these are the sort of oils that I'd be using. We've got a blend called Deep Blue, which is amazing for muscle pain and joint pain. Peppermint, another one for its pain relieving qualities. Lavender is another one that's got pain relieving qualities and it's very calming. Or there's a blend called Aroma Touch, which has been put together for muscle tension and aches, but it also has cypress in it, which is good for it's the oil of flow, motion and flow, so it gets fluids moving quickly. So the Deep Blue, you can see it's got wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, blue tansy, helichrysum, and osmanthus. Now, when I look at those oils, I see pain relieving oils, wintergreen, camphor, peppermint. But I also see helichrysum. Now, helichrysum's nickname is liquid stitches because of how quickly it repairs our tissue. So you've got a blend there that is going to block the pain, but also speed up the repair. Perfect for massage therapists. This one's osteopaths, chiropractors. So Deep Blue is great for muscle aches and pains, joint pain. Also helps to bring a bruise out quickly. My daughter fell down the stairs the other day and we thought she'd broken her ankle, but it was just really badly sprained. And we were using Deep Blue. 3 days later, I mean, we were doing healing on her as well. I did have 50 people from my healing group sending her healing, and we used Deep Blue. But 3 days, it had gone from this big sort of puffy ankle and she couldn't walk on it to better. So there you go. Also, head tension would be another one for Deep Blue, or menstrual discomfort. The Aroma Touch blend I was telling you about has got cypress, peppermint, marjoram, basil, grapefruit, and lavender. This one to me smells like what you'd imagine a spa to smell like. I actually use this when I do events and I'm promoting the oils. I'll have this diffusing, and as people walk past my stall, they're sort of drawn over. And that's some of the comments I've had is, oh, it smells just like a spa. It's really good for muscle tension and aches, back, neck, shoulder pain, post-work stress, head tension. So think about your clients, but also think about you. Do you look after yourself? Because it's so easy. Just put some of the oil on, massage it in after a hard day at work. If you're a reflexologist or you do foot massage at all, and I've already said the feet have got the largest pores, so it's a really quick way of getting the oils into the bloodstream. You could choose the oil based on the ailments the client's presented with, and we do further training on this. So don't worry that you think, I won't know, because all this training is included. If in doubt, use Balance, because we know it's got all those amazing properties. And if you're a reflexologist and you want to get these oils in quicker, adding some aloe vera gel, the body seems to absorb the oils a lot quicker. The third way I want to talk to you about is internal use. And this is specific to the doTERRA oils that I'm telling you about because they have been certified as safe for consumption. So if you've got a bottle of lemon at home and it's not a doTERRA one and it doesn't say you can use it internally, then please don't. Remember what I said, and most of the oils that you've probably got on your shelf have got more than just essential oils in there. Now, when we use them internally, 100% is taken into the body. So the effects are very, very fast. Not all of the doTERRA oils can be taken internally. So you want to look them up and make sure it's one that can be. And then I'm just going to touch on this because it's not something you'd use in your practice particularly. But I use oils internally for immune support, digestive support, that kind of thing. So you could put a drop under your tongue or you could put some in a glass of water. So the way you could use it with your clients is just to have a nice jug of water there and maybe add a drop of wild orange or a drop of lemon to the water. Gives it that extra oomph. Now, it is quite controversial. I don't know where in the world you are watching this, but in the UK, it was a little bit controversial. And that's just because we haven't had the purity of oils available to us before. In the UK, the English school of aromatherapy is more about topical use. Now, I've been taught that the German school is more of aromatic use, and the French school of aromatherapy is very much internal use. So it's just really whether it's the country that you're in is where they are on that scale. So it's not that it's not safe, it's just might be something new. And remember, I say it's because of the purity and the fact they've been certified as safe, which makes it safe for us to do so. So sort of oils I would use internally are On Guard for its immune support, especially important where we are in the world right now. I use On Guard every single day. Lemon or wild orange, they're really lovely. They're full of antioxidants, they're energizing. Or maybe you're finding it struggle to sleep. A drop of lavender in some water at night time can really help to get you calm, ready for sleep. Now, some guidelines, no more than 20 drops internally in 24 hours. And I'm talking teenager and above here. Also, if you're on a narrow therapeutic index medication, and we just don't want to affect the benefits of that medication in any way. So if it's a narrow therapeutic index, that means there's a very narrow index around it being upset. You'll probably know if you're on one because the doctors talk to you about the sort of things that you can and can't eat whilst on it. But just check with your GP or pharmacist if you're unsure. Now, they might not know about essential oils, but they will know about the medication you're on. So it's just how you word the question. Am I on a narrow therapeutic index medication? Is there anything that can upset the balance with this medication? So there are 5 stages of healing with essential oils. The first stage is where we help the physical body. So essential oils help the body fight unfriendly microorganisms, purify your organs, your glands, and your body systems. And this is like the physical use that I've pretty much been talking about so far. But there's also the emotional aspect to these oils. They're healing the heart. And as you breathe in an essential oil and it reaches that limbic system in the brain, it immediately has effect on your emotions. And it can help you to release limiting beliefs, increase your spiritual awareness and your feeling of connection, and just really help inspire the fulfillment of your life's purpose. So we're just going to spend a couple of minutes now looking at the emotional properties of some of these oils. So the ones that you've got in your little pack that I sent you is peppermint. And emotionally, this is the oil of a buoyant heart. So just by breathing it in or using it topically, it brings feelings of joy and buoyancy to the heart and soul. It invigorates your mind and spirit, and reminds you that you can be happy, lifts you from your emotional trial, and helps you just to glide through life. So this is really good at times of discouragement or despair, just to give you that little crutch just to keep you going, and helps you regain the strength needed to face your emotional reality. So when I'm talking about these, start thinking about how you could bring these in with your clients, some of the clients that you see. We've spoken about balance being that oil of grounding. This combination of tree and roots really helps to strengthen your connection with your lower body and the earth, helps you to live in the moment, reconnect with your dreams and your desires, brings you that inner strength, and helps you to ground your energy so that you can manifest your vision with the patience of a tree. Beautiful oil in meditation, hypnotherapy, just really calming at the beginning of a treatment. Lavender is the oil of communication and calm. So this is about being able to communicate how you're feeling, but from the heart, not from the emotional baggage around it. So just calmly talking, getting it out of your body. It also helps if you feel that you can't speak your mind or you don't want to be seen and heard. It helps you to address that and stand in your power. It does encourage emotional honesty, really expressing things from the heart, bringing your confidence to shine your true self with others. Tea tree is known as the oil of energetic boundaries. So this is great if you've got somebody that's full of negative stuff, negative ties all over. A good way to clear negative energetic baggage is just to get a carrier oil with some of the tea tree and just run it down the spine and just visualize all those ties being released. So this helps if you've got a client with codependent relationships. It can break negative ties. energetic vampirism. And we've all been there, where we've gone into a room and we've met a friend and suddenly you just feel completely drained. And bless them, they're feeling great because they've just drawn all your energy from you. So this is a good one to help to break those ties so that you're not continually affected. It helps you to set boundaries, put that protection around you. Stop allowing people to feed on your energy. On Guard, I was talking about earlier, for the immune support, is the oil of protection. So we've been talking about physical protection, but there's also energetic protection too. So this helps you to create those boundaries, gives you the inner strength to carry on, the strength to say no and maintain strong boundaries. It helps to cut away any unhealthy connections and just stand up for yourself and live in integrity with your true self. Really lovely blend. It smells like Christmas in a bottle, this one. Aroma Touch, we touched on in our massage blends, the oil of relaxation. So this is really calming and relaxing physically and emotionally. So it moves you from stiffness of the heart to an open, flexible mindset. It's soothing. It brings in comfort in times of grief and sorrow, and it allows you just to go with the flow and live in harmony. Deep Blue, this is the oil that is amazing for muscle aches and pains, and it's known emotionally as the oil of surrendering pain. So this helps you if you're resisting or avoiding the emotions that underlie the physical discomfort. There's a message there for you. And if you've been resisting that, Deep Blue can just open your mind so that the reason can come up and then be released. So it supports the mind to stay cool and collected, regardless of the emotional turmoil or the physical pain that you might be in. So it brings mental clarity, teaches acceptance, and helps you to embrace the lessons that the pain is here to teach. And then the last one, Wild Orange, the oil of abundance. This oil inspires abundance, it fosters creativity. So this is another one that you've got. It supports a positive mood, helps to reconnect you to your inner child and bring spontaneity, fun, joy, playfulness back into your life. Helps you to learn about the true meaning of abundance and actually letting go of that scarcity mindset, letting go of fear, nervousness, inflexibility, workaholism, and the belief there's not enough. Let go of the need to hoard. That's a scarcity mindset, that is. I need to hold on to everything. Let it go, and there's a nice flow coming in and out. It brings creativity and teaches you how to live from your true self, sharing, playing, relaxing, and enjoying the bounties of life. So for me, for my business, adding essential oils has really been a game changer, which is why I'm so excited to share it with other people. Some of the things when I thought about what's it done for me, and I've been doing this now for about 4 years, just to give you an idea of how long, it's created a sustainable, willable income for years to come, for which I am truly grateful for. It trebled my income actually in the first couple of years of doing it. And all I was doing was adding it into what I was already doing. So my client base has grown because people started hearing about the oils and coming for that. And then clients that were having the treatments became oils customers. So it was this flow of new clients coming in. What I love about it is it helps my clients because it empowers them around their health. It gives them something that the tool that they could do, they could use. And I teach them how to use it. And then they become self-sufficient with their oils. So I've been watching them empower themselves, watching people find a solution that had almost given up. How many of you are like me, when the person comes for their treatment, it's, I've tried everything else and I thought I'd try you. So that these people had almost given up there was anything that could help them, and we've found solutions for them. It's given me personal and business growth. So I've had the opportunity before what we've been through to travel. I went to lots of countries working with learning about essential oils and also teaching about essential oils. I've also really enjoyed working with and leading a team of amazing women and men. Most of the people that I've led so far have been therapists. I attract other therapists, probably because that's my area where, because I've managed to create a successful brand for myself, I can help other people do the same. And I've created a community of like-minded friends And most importantly, actually, it's maintained a full-time income when hands-on treatments were not an option. So in almost a year, if you think about it, in between lockdowns, depending on what country you're in, I couldn't do any hands-on work, but it didn't affect my monthly income because I had the oils, I'd already built up an oils customer base that just carried on throughout that. So thinking, are you thinking essential oils could be a fit for your practice? Well, have a think, because hopefully you've seen from what you've learned today, essential oils are so versatile and they cover so many different pain points for your clients. So depending on what treatments you offer, your clients are still coming in with the same pains, and it could be physical pain, and they're looking for some pain relief without side effects. Maybe they want emotional balance, hormone stability, immune support, digestive support. The list is endless that you can help with your essential oils. So when you think about your clients and the treatments you offer, and if you add essential oils into the mix, what you're looking at here is a recipe for happy clients and a solid transformational holistic practice for you. So the doTERRA oils will be the ones I recommend. They're the ones I use and they're the ones that I love. They're the ones I've seen a difference with, and I've been using oils for about 20 years. So it can add an income stream to your business. With a wholesale account with doTERRA, you get a 25% discount on your oils, and there's no minimum spends. Normally for us, for having a wholesale price, we have to spend at least £100 or at least £1,000, whatever it is, what company you're working with. There's no minimum spend or tie-ins. You get the 25% discount on one oil, 10 oils, 20 oils, and there's no tie-ins or anything like that. There's no hidden catches. You also get a web page that clients can purchase directly from you at retail or wholesale, and I give you full support and training on how this all works. But you also, because you get the ability to sell the oils to your clients at retail, but you can also sell it to them at wholesale, so they're getting the best price, same as you, and you get paid from doTERRA the difference. So you're still getting 20% commission whether they buy at retail or wholesale. This equals residual income for you. So if somebody's got their own wholesale account, and with doTERRA, the business opportunity is really good because it's got a 65% retention rate. So that means 65% of people that have an account continue to use it. So this means you're getting residual income because every time they use their account, you're getting paid some money. Now, one thing we look at as therapists is insurance. I'm going to have to add this onto my insurance. So I wanted to reassure you on that, because when you have a wholesale account with doTERRA, you can call yourself an independent wellness advocate for doTERRA, and your insurance company will recognise that and they will add it onto your current therapy insurance. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I'm not an aromatherapist, so I can't use the oils in my treatments. Well, actually, I checked this out as well, because I founded a technique called Aroma Reiki, and I wanted to make sure that my Reiki students could get insurance. And I spoke to my insurance company, which is Balance, and they said as long as the therapist is qualified in the treatment they're practicing, they'll be covered to use essential oils in their treatments without having an aromatherapy qualification. And then if you're for the selling of the oils, doTERRA's insurance covers you for any oils that your client buys directly from doTERRA through you. So it's really easy to add your insurance in. So what I love about adding doTERRA into my business, it's not like selling. I was rubbish at upselling. Maybe you're brilliant at it, but I was terrible at it. This isn't like selling. I teach about essential oils. I show people what they can do, and then I show them where they can buy them. And then I support them after they've bought the oils and continue to educate through our private Facebook education group. So this is about teaching, supporting, and showing them where they can buy them. So it doesn't feel salesy at all. So how do we make money? Well, the first thing is your client experiences the oils. Now, this is so unique to us as therapists. I know there's lots of people that do doTERRA as a business that aren't therapists, but I'm talking to you now with your therapist hat on. How would you make money? First of all, you sample. So your client experiences the oils. Now, whether they've come into your treatment room and you've got them to smell it, or you've got them to add it to the diffuser, or you've used it during your treatment, that's your client's experience. These oils are different. They're going to feel different. So at this point, I would invite them to learn more. And I'd say, actually, we've got a couple of classes running this month online, or I've got some in-person classes. Would you like to come and learn more about oils as a plant-based medicine? So they come along to the class, and we've got all the presentations from this. You can either, I can teach you how to do a class yourself, and you can use the presentations that we use, or you invite them onto a class that I'm teaching, which is twice a month at the moment. And then they're guided back to you from the class to make their choice of which oils they'd like to buy. I show you how you sign them up, and then we support them together. So we've got an online group, VIP group, which I run alongside the other practitioners that I'm working with. And every week we're in there bringing more education. The community's thriving. They're asking each other questions now. And we do Zoom sessions once a week. We do recorded sessions. So the support isn't all on you. We very much work together as a team. Now, the income opportunity is really important if you're thinking about a business. So this is in pounds. So if you're anywhere else in the world, then do contact me and I can talk your currency. But it just gives you an idea. The earning potential is limitless, depending on how much you want to put into it. And for therapists, it's not even that hard because you're seeing people anyway. You're doing a consultation with people, you're talking to them, you're finding out what's going on for them, and you're inviting them to come and learn more about a natural way that they could support this. So yes, you haven't got to do anything outside of what you're already doing. So just to give you an idea of time frame, for me, bringing it into my business in the way that I'm describing here, and don't worry, there's more training on this. This is just introducing you to it. But for me, it took me 7 months to get here to this silver level. And then it probably took 1.5 years to get here, and then 2 years to get here. So it just gives you an idea of what can be done. Now, as I've been saying, you don't need to have experience because we have a business builder training program that you can join in with. And the training will include the oils. It will also include how to create a thriving business doing what you already do. So I'm going to talk about emotionally about the oils, I'm going to talk about blending, I'm going to talk about contraindications, dilution, and then there'll be business stuff, sampling, it'll all be covered. I'm basically just going to share with you my method that allows you to integrate the oils into your current business with no extra effort. With a little bit of effort, but not a lot. We've got a lot of support for you as well. We've got a WhatsApp business group chat, so you can just come in there and ask your questions. We've also got a Facebook community group for our business builders as well. So everything that we ever do in there, we have training, and all the trainings are recorded and put in there as well. So if you can't make them live, you can just come and catch up there. But you'll have your own specific training to go through as well. The online learning modules, and you'll have my continued support to grow as fast as you want. I'm not pressurizing. We have a chat one-to-one, find out what your goals are, and then I just help you get there. So the simple next steps is the fun bit. This is you getting some oils. Now, I had a look at some kits that I think would be good for therapists, and this was one that I've got and use a lot. It's called the Aroma Touch Professional Kit. Now, I've got Australian dollar price in there as well, so the last person I taught was in Australia. This is 274. It gives you the oils that we've talked about today. So you've got your Deep Blue, On Guard, Balance, Aroma Touch, Tea Tree, Peppermint, Lavender, and Wild Orange. Gives you a diffuser. So you've got a diffuser for your treatment room. You've got your bottle of fractionated coconut oil, so you're ready to go, and you've got a wholesale account. So you're getting this and any future purchases over the next 12 months at a 25% discount. There's a smaller version of that kit, and I haven't put the price on, so I will let you know. Same oils, but in 5 ml bottles, and it's around 100. Shall I look it up quickly? Sorry. I'll look that up. Do put any questions in the comments while I do this. Also, remember, this is when we're talking money here, it's a business expense. So you can claim it back in your tax at the end of the year. Aroma Touch diffused kit. So this comes with a diffuser, but it comes with the oils in 5 ml bottles. I'm just looking there, it says 151. There you go. Now, because it's a business, you might think, actually, I don't want to just start with a few oils. Give me every oil. So we've got an essential oil collection there, which is nearly every single oil that doTERRA sells, plus a few select products. What I'll do, because I don't know, I want the prices to be current when you're watching this. So I will send you the prices along with this video. So your next steps. If this feels aligned with your business, then it's time for us to talk. You might want more information. You might want a chat to find the right combination of oils for your business. So let's book in a time with me so we can have a one-to-one Zoom call so I can answer any questions you've got on the business side of doTERRA and get you ready, get you set up ready with your oils and the training program that will suit you. So there's my details there. Email me, text me, book it in now in the chat. I have got a Facebook group that's open to everybody, and it's facebook.com/groups/my name, Debbie Lawrence. So if you want to get a feel more for how I work, then do join us in that group and let's set up your one-to-one chat. So you can join us. There's some pictures there of some of the girls that are on our team. So we've got reflexologists, mindfulness coaches, health coach, flow coach, holistic therapists, kinesiologists, natural nutritionalists, breathwork coaches. We've got celebrant, massage therapists, counsellors. We've got people in hair and beauty. We've got an osteopath, homeopaths, someone that does art therapy, meditation facilitators, yoga teachers. Do you want to join us? Right, hopefully I didn't keep you too long. I tried to keep that as quickly as I could. If you've got any questions or if you want to set up a one-to-one chat, then please do get in touch and I'll see you then. Okay.